Donald Trump was sentenced in his hush money case, but got no penalty or no fine. Basically, he received what they called an unconditional discharge for his criminal conviction, meaning he will not face fines, prison, or any other penalty. But, it's still, on his record.
Why couldn't we get that, man?
we know why. We need you to fight fires. How can you fight fires for $10 a day if you're unconditionally discharged?
Do you think Farouk would fight fires, or do you think he would just let stuff burn and be like, look at
he
it?
definitely would not. It depends. Like if it was the historically black neighborhood, yeah, he'd be trying. If it was like them rich neighborhoods, he would not. He would be pretending.
I'm looting.
He would pretend. Look.
What?
So
don't let no fire happen in Beverly Hills and me be around. Burn Hollywood, burn.
Listen.
But first, let me get all the jewels.
Speaking of that, the Louis store, I'd be like, listen.
Come on, listen.
You be at the Louis store. So did you see? Like Chuck D actually had to issue a statement saying, "Hey, check this out. Please stop using my song. Behind people's fires."
Chuck, I'm sorry, man. Chuck, it's too late, bruv. You put that shit out 40 years ago. Chickens coming home to roost, I guess. I don't know.
Like literally, he had to put out a statement to say, "This is why I made the song.
Let it burn."
No, burn Hollywood burn. Burn Hollywood Burn is one of Public Enemy's most famous songs. Yeah. But he had to say, like, one, I made this song, like you said, 30 years ago. This is why I made it. I wasn't trying to see anybody's lives destroyed. And he had to say, like, please stop putting it in your Instagram or TikTok stories showing like the burning fires, you know what I'm saying? And of course, people ignored him like fruit. People ignored, but shout out to Chuck D, who lives, I believe he lives in, the last time I know Chuck D was like living in Pasadena. So shout out to Chuck D, a friend of ours and a friend to One Hood, and hoping he's good as well. But that was kind of interesting. But Miracle, you may or may not have been on Trump's legal team.
Not just on the legal team, in court. Miracle was quarterbacking.
What does this have any meaning? That Donald Trump, although will not have to serve any time or pay any fines. What? Oh, damn.
If this shit resets because of you.
Damn, I'm so sorry. I'm so used
I'm just
to
waiting.
back in the table.
I'm just waiting for this to stop recording.
Bye. I gotta
sit on your hands.
Sit on my hands.
Sit on your hands, bro. Like a 12-year-old.
Black men in podcasts.
I did. The jumping of the shark of like Lord Jamar.
Did you see the flat earth shit?
Yes.
Oh,
I would be willing to stop all podcasts if it meant that motherfucker never had a mic again.
Ever, man.
He has become the worst representation
this
of
nigga said,
black men of consciousness of everything.
Show me your model where water sticks to a ball. The nigga said a tennis ball. He's like, not condensation. Nigga, it's water. It's still water. It comes in many forms. Ice, steam, vapor, water 3. It comes in so many different.
And people are listening to this nigga. But anyway,
Farouk is such a nerd, and I love it because I think people don't see that. But like the way he breaks down science, my brain
I love science.
Yeah.
But the way he breaks down science is hilarious.
Science to me is what politics is to you.
Yes.
Yeah, when you were talking about breaking the walls and moving into the universe and stuff, I was like, you know what?
Well, he does want to go to space. So
fuck these niggas. I'm going to space, bro.
Back to Donald Trump. Does this mean anything?
No.
Miracle?
No. He said, walk in your trap, take over your trap. He said Teflon Don.
Teflon T, man. We've been saying that from early, innit?
He said, I don't know about you, but I know about me. We all good over here.
You know what this means to me?
What?
So we have a convicted felon as the president.
Yes.
One of the highest sitting seats in the U.S.
Yes, in the world. Yeah.
Yes. So what that means to me is that from here on out, I better not hear anything about someone being denied a job because of their felonies or prior convictions.
Yes. And
that's all I have to say.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want us to chill out on convicted felons.
But you're right. That it should ban the box and all that shit. You should never ask somebody.
Ever.
Or you could be in an interview and they're like, yo, do you have a felony on your record? Yes, I do. And so does the president of the United States.
At this point, at this juncture, you could argue it makes you better qualified.
Exactly.
It's like, yo, who else is gonna run this shit besides a felon?
You know what I'm saying?
Look,
you voted for one.
Come on.
Me?
Obviously, felonies don't bother you, nigga. You voted for, man.
And he had a whole variety of them because he was charged with 91 of them motherfuckers.
Yes.
And to take it a step further, if you've been imprisoned, then you have job training.
Yes.
You've been working for years for free or low wages.
Yes.
So it's like, bro, who more qualified than me? I've been putting in
who's
years.
More qualified than me?
Exactly.
1,000%. That's right. Go ahead, chill guy. And speaking of that, the special, like Jack Smith, who was a special prosecutor who was working on this case around Trump, the election, like
I'm sorry, I just had like a go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was just, and I don't want to cut you off, but this really makes me think about rehabilitation in prison.
Yeah.
Because so many of us learn really valuable traits and skills and adaptive measures.
Absolutely.
In jail.
Yeah.
Like when we're locked up, we learn to be resourceful, but we also learn vocations. We study. We do so many different things that actually improve the quality of the lives of the people around us. And this is proof positive. Like you got these firefighters who can honestly say, "Listen, I helped save lives. I helped America."
One of the illest statements came from Desmond Meade, right? Desmond Meade, who in Florida was a brother that helped to change the where you couldn't even vote.
Right.
Like if you had a felony conviction. So despite all the great work that he was doing in the community in Florida, because he had a felony, he couldn't get a law degree.
Yeah.
It was all these things he was denied. And it's like now, if you can sit, like Trouble said, in the highest seat in American politics and have a felony on your record, that shouldn't even be a question to be asked anymore.
And then older man that's fighting the fires right now, when you go to the parole board, when you up, that should automatically be like, yo, you know what, we taking you right out. Like, come on, like parole granted. Go, you know what I'm saying? Go be prosperous.
And then just seeing, but Jack Smith basically came out. This report, Trump tried to block it. His judge, Cannon, tried to block it. But I guess Merrick Garland and the DOJ forced him to release this report. And basically what Jack Smith said was like, if he was not the president and they did not change the laws about what the president can or cannot do, he would have had enough evidence to convict Trump for blocking the 2020 election results, you know what I'm saying? And all the crazy things trying to, right? Trying to get these fake electors, trying all of this crazy stuff, threatening Mike Pence.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, play a violin.
Oh, shit. Oh, damn.
No, Congress did not. Congress could
Jack Smith does have to probably shave now, change his hair color.
No, but my thing is we could have done this.
Yeah.
Well, when you had the chance, you didn't.
Come on, man.
You fumbled when you had the chance. When he, back in 2020, did all this stuff, and Congress could have convicted him, you rushed to trial.
Yeah.
Right? The Senate didn't want to hear it. You didn't present the information then, and then you kept trying to do all this type of stuff to make it happen. You let these people get on the Supreme Court who shouldn't have been on there.
Yeah.
People who were bought, you let these Supreme Court seats get bought, and then you went like, oh, we could have done this. We should have done that. You should have shown up 5 years ago.
Yeah, and
you should have shown up 8 years ago. Like I don't.
Yes.
People's egos literally destroyed this country.
1,000%.
Whether it was RBG, whether it was the Black Congressional Caucus being mad that Obama won and wanted Hillary to be the first president, whether it was the Clintons trying to let Hillary be the first.
I mean, is there anything more American than ego and egotistical politicians?
And the reality is, Miracle, the reason that they didn't prosecute him right away is because they thought he would be the weakest candidate to run against. They thought they wanted him to run because they thought that they would beat him in a landslide. And guess what?
It's almost like there's a pattern of people uplifting white supremacists to run for office with the hope that they could win.
Yes.
I.e. California, North Carolina.
Come on, man.
My thing is, you cannot pour into Republican infrastructure and then be surprised when Republicans take that infrastructure and win.
Absolutely.
You cannot pour into uplifting and normalizing racist right-wing individuals and then be shocked when they gain a platform.
1,000%.
You paid millions of dollars. Like whether or not you liked Mark Robinson or not, no Democrat should have paid into his campaign and normalized him.
I didn't even think about that.
You
You're
know,
absolutely right.
And we have this reality of like, oh, how did this happen? It was Democrats' fault. And you had, I forgot what the guy's name is. It's like Matthew Iglesias. I don't know how you say it. Yeah. But he is a Democrat strategist. And he was like, at the end of the day, whenever progressives win, it's bad. So if you have this idea that progressives winning is bad, and it's okay to push up Republicans, you get what we have.
I mean,
so you know, like, and
Biden just came out and named something for George W. Bush. Yeah,
and your bestie Obama was over there cackling. Trump at
kicking
the
it with Trump.
He going to the inauguration.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you have
bestie now,
like how you do my bestie. Now it's like your little friend over there.
That was wild.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when this stuff happens, people turn around and be like, "I can't. You're not a trusted messenger."
1,000%.
Because I'm not like. I think Michelle was like, hell no.
100%. Yeah.
Like, you know.
I mean, you seen Pence's wife. Like, Trump tried to come over and shake Pence's wife's hand. She was like, I'm not shaking none of y'all. Y'all trying to have my husband killed. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff that Trump said about, like, again, like, I don't know. And it does make Obama look crazy for just the fact that all the stuff he said about your wife, like, you're not about to be talking shit on my wife. Because then you got to go, well, because again, as soon as Obama walked in the house, Michelle should have been standing there like, really, nigga? All the shit this man said about me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
you had a U-Haul outside her house.
And you going to sit up and cackle and laugh with this motherfucker? No, absolutely not.
He did everything except for calling for your, like for violence upon you.
And you
the
can
whole
argue,
birthright and all that shit.
And you can argue he did with that Hussein and Obama. Like, you can argue he did. So when you go kick it and like, it's a point where civility's gone. We not about, like, again, I'll see you. I'm not shaking your hand. I'm going to be that. So y'all just wanted to be mad at me.
Mike Pence's wife stood on business.
She stood on business. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, she absolutely did.
For real.